Hi everyone, this is Colleen Francis from Engage Selling Solutions. Thanks so much for joining me on today's Sales Leader Strategy. So since I published Right on the Money, there have been even more changes happening in our working environments that we as sellers need to succeed in. One of those things that I have really been paying attention to is the powerhouse that is known as team selling. Now, we've always known that it was highly successful for managers to sell with salespeople because there was some coaching that could happen and the company looked like they were investing resources to help the customer make a decision. But even more so now, what we've been noting and measuring is the success sellers are having by not only team selling with their managers, but team selling with experts in their own company or experts outside the company. Those experts outside your company could be suppliers of yours or subject matter experts or the industry specialists that you work with for products that you're reselling. Now, get a load of these numbers. 2 of my clients have been measuring this in detail over the last year to 6 months. What they're finding is in both cases, their average closing ratio for when a single seller was going out and walking through the sales process was about 35 to 41%. Nice, healthy closing ratio, right about the top end of average. But since they started to employ team selling and having one of those team members internal to their company or external sell alongside with them, their closing ratio jumped to 60%. That's a huge increase, 50% increase in their closing ratio, which I would take any day of the week. Now, what's really interesting to me about this is that team selling environment doesn't have to be, 2 people together physically in an office. The numbers don't change at all if you're team selling where maybe your expert is remote and dialing into a call, or maybe the expert is working behind the scenes and helping you out by email and coaching, or maybe that expert is coming in physically and making calls with you. Any of those scenarios are working to contribute to this dramatic increase in sales results. So that's my big question for you today is how are you employing team selling in your environment? What experts can you use? What management levels can you use? And what industry specialists can you use to really help the customer build confidence in themselves and show that your company really is a team-oriented focus? Thanks so much for joining me on today's Sales Leader Strategy. For more discussions on topics just like this, visit us at engageselling.com and of course, connect with me on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.